Don't mess this up.
26.
Just a nonchalant about
Go ahead. Where to go? Huh? What did you say? Exactly.
They don't know what
Welcome, everyone. I'm now calling this meeting to order. Please stand with us. We'll be led in prayer by Alderman Gallagher. After the prayer, please remain standing. We'll be led in the Pledge of Allegiance. Alderman Jerome.
Heavenly Father, we come before you tonight and we're thankful for the great gift that you've given us in Jesus Christ. Lord, we thank you for keeping your hand over our city. Lord, we pray that you will continue to keep your hand on our city in 2022. Lord, bless this meeting and bless the city. In your name we pray.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First on the agenda this evening is the approval of minutes for the December 7, 2021 meeting. We have a motion by Alderman Toots. Is there a second? And a second by Alderman Wheeler. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
That motion carries. Next on the agenda is a resolution for notice of bond intent. Mr. Nick Manley.
This resolution will authorize bonds for the construction of the amphitheater, along with any other funding that's allowed by state law, including repair and construction of bridges, roads, culverts, and sidewalks, and construction of bridge pursuant to state law. So tonight, see authorization for the resolution and notice of bond intent to be advertised at other times. Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Wheeler, a second by Alderman Gallagher. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
That motion carries. Next on the agenda is a resolution for bond engagement.
This just authorized engagement of professionals with bond issuance, ones that has after notice intent before just allow for documents and bidding and entry in the private providers to be engaged pursuant to the bond engagement resolution.
We have a motion by Alderman Flores, second by Alderman Wheeler. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
That motion carries. Next on the agenda is approval of travel for the midwinter MML.
Authorized travel for conference in January.
So moved.
We have a motion by Alderman Gallagher, second by Alderman Toots. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Next on the agenda is our planning agenda. We have one item, Ms. Whitney Cook.
Yes, sir. All we have on the agenda tonight is a Scrivener's error, and this is going to be for lot 26B of Silo Square Commercial Subdivision. Essentially what happened is during the surveying process, there was 24 linear feet that was left out of this lot. Became a gray area between this lot and the lot to the west of it. The changes that need to be made, you'll see up there highlighted in yellow, they're call-outs on the legal description and the total acreage for the lot, and we just need the board to take action and approve those Scrivener's errors so we can make those changes on the plot.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion.
We have a motion by Alderman Flores, second by Alderman Gallagher. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you. Next on our agenda is our mayor's report. A few things to update everyone about. First of all, I told you at the last meeting that I would bring a year in review and just kind of recap all the things that have happened in 2021, because when I do that every year, and the reason I do it is a lot of times, when you got your head looking downfield, and you don't look behind you, you're moving on. Sometimes it's good to stop and check your progress, and sometimes you don't realize how much progress you made. And we made an enormous amount of progress in 2021 as a city. But the report tonight is, I've had an extremely busy December, so I don't have that list put together. So on January the 4th, I will be providing that. Sales tax numbers continue to just be incredible. Just to give you an idea, in 2020, in the month of December, we collected $1,209,167. In 2021, FY21, we collected $1,307,603. And then in FY22, we collected $1,638,497. So our trend is just, we're on have a great growth trend. And again, this is not by chance. I mean, we have a large amount of development going on in our city. It takes time when a development occurs. When you first hear from Whitney and it's on the planning agenda, there's obviously a lot of time that goes with construction and everything else. But we've got so many of these new businesses that have come to the city. They're now up and running. And so this, it's just tremendous. It's just, we have such a great economy right now. And this has nothing to do with internet. So you hear all the people that say, again, that retail is dying, that our box stores are dying. There's no doubt that business is changing. We do have some retail box stores that are vacant in our city, but the numbers don't lie. These numbers do not count internet sales tax. This is purely your traditional, store physically going and buying something. So anyway, those are great numbers. Same thing when you look at tourism. This is with with our restaurants and hotels. Let me read you the numbers. In December of 2020, or FY 2020, the collections for December were $177,962. In FY 21, they were up to $193,357. And in FY 22, it's up to $255,571. So again, when you see the new restaurants and hotels open, things are going well with that. And I don't have to tell anybody that, we use that money for our parks enhancement and promotion of our city with future tourism. So the report is outstanding right there. The next thing, just a few little petty things that you need to know. I try to update everyone publicly when I get a lot of questions, either by emails, messages, or whatever. So some of the little things that I'm hearing about, everybody still wants to know what the holdup is on the May Boulevard pedestrian bridge. If you've seen it, the signals are functioning now. Everything looks great. It's almost done. The holdup, like everything else in our world right now, is a supply chain issue. We're waiting on heat sensors for the elevators. They can't finish the rooftops of the elevator towers until they put these sensors in. So that's the only thing we're waiting on. So as soon as we get the sensors in, there's a supply chain delay. As soon as those come in, the contractor will finish it up, and it'll be ready to walk across. Some of the other questions, like y'all seen the black poles that are popping up all around the city. A lot of people start asking questions what those are. 2 or 3 years ago, we entered an agreement to allow AT&T and Verizon to put these poles up. And the purpose is to improve 5G internet service, so to make the service faster for all of our citizens. So these poles are necessary, and we did ask them to make them as aesthetically pleasing as possible. I don't know how you can get more simple than just a straight up vertical black pole. So that's what they are, and it's the whole purpose again is to improve the internet service for our citizens with 5G. So that's what those are. That's basically it. Other than just again to tell you that 2021 was a great year. I want to thank my board members. It's a pleasure to work with all of you. It's been a great year. We've worked well together. We don't always agree, but we put the business of the city foremost, and I appreciate all of you for being sincere about that, and that's why we've been able to be decisive and make good decisions. One of the worst things about government, I don't have to tell anybody, you turn on the news tonight and watch Washington. I mean, when people just fight to be fighting, they don't want to resolve an issue. They want to know who's getting credit for it or what political party's getting credit for it, and that's why there's a delay. Same thing happens at the state level and sometimes even at local levels. And so I'm grateful that we don't do that. We don't always agree, but we don't make an excuse to delay action. We say what's on our mind. We state our opinion or our stance on an issue straightforward, genuinely, and honestly, and then we make a decision to move on. So I think that's why the city has done well, and I want to thank all of you, and I wish all of you a Merry Christmas. My department heads wish them a Merry Christmas, and everyone else watching, I'm thankful to serve as your mayor. It's an honor for me, and 2021 has been a good year for me, and I just want to thank everybody for that, and I sincerely wish everyone a Merry Christmas. And so that's it for the mayor's report. Next on the agenda is a personnel document.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to approve the personnel document presented tonight. Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Flores, second by Alderman Hoots. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Yes. 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 Yes.
That motion carries. Next on the agenda is our city attorney's legal update. Mr. McManley again.
Yes, just had one item that I sent an email about this morning regarding a contract approval, or extension with Wagner Engineering to finish the design of Nell Road, the Nell Road expansion. That contract must be renewed and extended by the end of the year, and it also allows us to still get our cost reimbursements as part of the project on an 80-20 split. 80% from government, 20% or federal government, 20% from local government. So tonight, just need authorization for the mayor to sign that extension with Wagner for that expansion, for the design expansion, the design improvements, I'm sorry, and then we can then get reimbursed after that's been completed and approved.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Flores, second by Alderman Gallagher. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Yes. 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 Yes.
That motion carries. Next on the agenda is a utility bill adjustment docket.
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve the utility bill adjustment document. Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Flores, a second by Alderman Gallagher. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Yes. 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 Yes.
That motion carries. Next on the agenda are two claims dockets. Is there a motion to approve docket one?
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we approve document number one in the amount of $833,817.76.
We have a motion by Alderman Flores, second by Alderman Hoots. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Yes. 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 Yes.
That motion carries.
like number two in the amount of $16,466.67.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Flores, second by Alderman Gallagher. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
That motion carries. Next on our agenda is to determine the purpose, or to determine the need for executive session.
I'll make that motion. Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Gallagher, second by Alderman Wheeler. All in favor say aye. Any opposed say no. Ayes have it, motion carries. The need this evening is litigation and claims involving city infrastructure, Southaven Police Department and planning, then personnel in the Southaven Police Department and Southaven Fire Department, and then potentially a citywide personnel discussion that involves every department with no action to be taken, and then economic development within the city. So is there a motion to declare executive session?
Second.
I think we had a motion, Alderman Hoots first, Alderman Gallagher second. All in favor say aye. Any opposed say no. Ayes have it, motion carries. The mayor and board will now enter executive session.